Hello and thank you for joining me for your daily tarot. So today we're taking a look at doing a read all about how to heal your past trauma. Now you can tell straight away if this is going to be of interest to you or not, okay? Do keep in mind as well that I do not sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to actively seek to offend, but with readings of this caliber, it might bring up a couple of topics that are going to be uncomfortable to listen to, okay? But ultimately, you've got to keep in mind that tarot, it is a tool that is supposed to help, okay? So let's get into this. Again, do keep all of that in mind. And also that this is still a general reading, so don't try and force anything to fit your situation, okay? Only take what is meant for you and you leave what isn't yours for someone else, right? So, what is going on for our collective? Whoa. Okay. Right, let's take a look at these ones. The King of Cups with the Fool. Interesting combination. I feel that this is going to be your energy right now. Feeling certainly a lot more optimistic than you have done for a while with this combination. Really sort of coming to this point of making peace with your past, making peace with some kind of traumatic event here. Definitely, because you've got that sort of, I thought that that was a dove. It's not. It's actually a white hawk. Okay, so there's a message there about rarity. So you're appreciating your rarity. As in you've really sort of analysed everything that's gone on for you, and you've recognised that it's rare for somebody to come out of the situations that you have come out of with this sense of freedom, with that white hawk. Okay. Very, very beautiful energies. What's going on here? The Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Five of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay, so there's a masculine energy here. It could be you, that could be someone else that you're dealing with, who is basically, that this masculine is a bit of a troublemaker. That this masculine likes to set people up against each other here, and they make out like it's just all normal, you know, that's just the way that normal people do things. You could have done some kind of research on this behavior here, okay, and you might have reached some kind of conclusions. See, with that light on their head, you've reached some kind of conclusion here that isn't actually normal. But when you were within that environment, it was normal for you, it was normal for them. Okay, so certainly this masculine was spearheading a lot of the drama, a lot of the chaos that was going on. Okay, right, so let's put these cards back into the deck here a minute, and we will pull your cards properly for you guys. Okay, so there was just a little bit of a bonus message there for some. Obviously, it's not going to resonate for everybody, but there's certainly a masculine who was exacerbating problems where they should have been really helping out instead of exacerbating. Okay, so we're going to pull 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Overall energy is the Four of Swords. Taking stock of everything, like I said. Four of Swords is reevaluating. In this deck, in its upright position, you've got the butterflies there. So you're probably the one who escaped a really unhealthy environment here. Could be an unhealthy family environment. You're the one that escaped. You're the one that got free. Again, if you remember with that Fool energy and the White Hawk, it's rare that someone can break free or find their freedom from situations like the one that you were in. Really, really rare. But you've made it work for you, and you've gone through a lot of different changes, a lot of different transformations. You've probably reached quite a few milestones with those butterflies in your life as well, all through your own hard work. So, I mean, you can see here he's just having a rest. He's just taking a break. You know, the sword is in the ground. He's not ready to fight, so he's just resting. So again, a beautiful metaphor for your current energy right now. It's like you're not going to get dragged into anything nasty. You're not. I mean, you're feeling that you no longer have this urge to explain yourself anymore, which is a really good place to be. Okay, see with that sword, again, like I said, swords communication and thoughts, and you know, because it's in the ground, you're like that. Yeah, I don't have to explain myself. I don't owe these people anything. I do love that. Okay, so how has this trauma impacted your life? The Six of Wands. Yeah, again, like I said, the Six of Wands is celebrations. So there are certain milestones in your life where you had to show up for yourself, basically. You've learned how to celebrate yourself. And it's really interesting because in the traditional Six of Wands, there are normally lots of other people around this guy. Yeah, if you recall, in traditional Six of Wands, there are loads of people around him and his horse celebrating him, celebrating his achievements and his victories. It's like a homecoming celebration. In this deck, he's on his own. So again, that's a really powerful metaphor about how you had to learn how to celebrate yourself and your own victories and your own successes, right? You had to learn how to be that force of good, ultimately, that force of good. And then you've got the sun that's coming out in your emotions. So the emotions that you carry because of the trauma that you've been through, again, you've had to make your own happiness. You've had to create a lifestyle that you're happy with, okay? Remember, the sun in its upright is all about vitality, energy levels. You certainly have a much different viewpoint from the individuals who put you through the trauma initially. It's like your entire outlook on life is so utterly different. You know, it's like completely opposite to their way of thinking and doing. In the reverse, in this deck, it's too much of a good thing. You know, the sun is too hot. Like, it's so hot that nothing's growing. So I feel that that's a message for the individuals that you had to leave behind. They're kind of withering and wilting away inside of the unhealthy environment that you escaped from. And so it's like you genuinely feel grateful in a lot of ways that you were that you were kicked out or, you know, removed from that environment, because that wilting, that could have been you, that could have happened to you, you know. So you definitely understand and genuinely feel that had you stayed within that traumatic environment, things actually would have worked out a lot worse for you. You're faring a lot better outside of that environment, and this energy basically proves that to you. So if there was any doubt that you were having about how different your life would have been had that traumatic experience not happened. They're saying, well, actually, your life wouldn't have been better. That's a bit of a it's a bit of a falsehood to think that your life would have been better had the traumas never happened, because if they hadn't happened to you, you would have likely remained within that unhealthy environment, and then you wouldn't have realized actually that the heat off of that sun was burning you. What is it they call it? It's something to do with a frog or a toad in a pan of hot water. I can't. It's got a special name for it. I can't think of what it's called right now, but they are reminding me of that. It's the same effect. It's the same energy. It's like the heat is being turned up slowly, so that frog doesn't actually realize that they're being boiled alive, type thing. That's that exact energy. So if you had stayed in that unhealthy environment, that would have been you, and you would have been metaphorically, burnt to a crisp type thing, where you wouldn't have been able to grow. You wouldn't have been able to have developed into the person that you are right now, which is someone who is actually very, very, very successful. So yeah, well done you. That takes a lot. You can tell a lot about the character of a person by the way that they handle difficult situations. So I mean, you've done incredibly well. That's what Spirit's telling you here. Okay. Now you've got the King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins, as I like to call it. I call them coins, it's just out of habit. King of Pentacles. This is how the trauma has affected your relations and your relationships with other people. And it's basically, you're determined to be honorable. You're determined to be a provider, whatever that word means for you. You're determined to ensure that those that you love and care about will never go without anything. I mean, look at the gorgeous green lush environment that King of Coins is in. He's definitely in control, but he's in control of himself. Okay, he's not interested in controlling others, he's in control of himself. So he's got a nice control over his own emotions. Honestly, when you guys walk into the room, the energy changes and people notice that. Okay, because it's a very powerful, with all that red, it's a very powerful, palpable energy, where people notice you, and they notice you because of the good energy that you give off. It's very reserved, but it's also very caring, definitely the provider. So yeah, this traumatic experience, or this traumatic upbringing, has really reinforced to you that you have to provide for your family, not necessarily your family origin, okay, the family that you create. King of Coins is someone who isn't in debt. King of Coins is someone who does not owe anybody any money, okay? King of Coins is someone, male or female, doesn't matter. They ensure that their bills are paid, come what may, on time, every single month. This is someone who does not leave anything outstanding. This one doesn't do credit and credit cards, okay? They're the King of Pentacles. They're the King of Coins. They ensure that they have enough and that their family has enough. Okay, so that's this energy. So you've probably come from some kind of upbringing where there were constantly bailiffs or whatnot at the door, and so it's reinforced this message for you guys. Look, I got to be the provider here, and I'm going to do what it takes, and I'm going to do the right thing and make sure that the family that I create never ever experience what I myself went through. Okay, that's this energy right here. And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles as well, the Queen of Coins, beautiful. The counterpart, and these counterparts came out together. They came out together, which is absolutely amazing. Now, this particular Queen of Coins, for whatever reason, the reasons of which I don't understand, because I didn't notice it until now, it actually came out in the reversed position, which is really interesting. So I feel with this one that Spirit's asking here for you to go back into your past and look at the feminine influences in your life when you were growing up, okay? Because somebody here had a mother or a mother figure or a really dominant female energy in their life growing up that was actually really, really selfish, incredibly materialistic, that was using other people, that was a squanderer as well, okay? Your Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position is someone who is very frivolous, not just with material stuff, can be a hoarder as well, but they also they don't have any respect for other people and the hard work that they had to put into what they have, and they definitely don't grow as a person as well, okay? A very suffocating individual, very domineering, very bossy. They wanted to know everybody's business about absolutely everything, disrespectful to other people's personal space, you know, definitely invasions of privacy, the kept little princess type thing, okay? That's Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Coins, in the reversed position. So this feminine who matches that description, again, not necessarily a woman, but just someone who's got a lot of feminine energies to them, who should have been giving, who should have been compassionate, who should have been a provider, but wasn't because they were too damned selfish. They had actually contributed to this negative feelings that you now have towards other feminines, okay? And it's made you disconnected a bit from your own inner feminine. Okay, so again, it doesn't matter if what gender you are or identify as, okay, it doesn't make a difference. We've all got feminine qualities and masculine qualities within us, and Spirit's saying your connection to your inner feminine has been somewhat damaged by these false teachings that you had when your brain was still impressionable, of what feminines and the meaning of feminine actually is, okay? So that's why this particular Queen of Coins has come out in the reversed position. So it's the counterpart to this King of Coins, because it's like you got your King of Coins energy down, like you're an expert at this King of Coins energy. Now what you're needing to work on is your inner Queen of Coins energy, okay? So again, that's why it came out in reverse. It's basically the two different facets of yourself. And this read is about you and your trauma and how you can heal it, how you can make peace with it. Okay, it's the two different, they're two sides of the same coin, basically. Okay, that's why Spirit made sure that these guys came out right next to each other. Yes, it can absolutely indicate a mother and a father, you know, two parents of a child, could be your parents, absolutely, yes. So again, there's going to be your own private messages there that's coming through with that particular combination, okay? Maybe some of you's had a father who was a provider, and then the mother was the taker, you know. felt compelled, they literally couldn't help themselves but to drive the family into financial deficit, debts, depression. Okay, it's like, yeah, your family of origin would have been a lot better off had this mother had done the right thing and had been smart and clever and not selfish with the resources available. Then yeah, maybe you guys, you would have been better off as children. Okay, so that's just an example of how anyone who's trying to read along with this energy is going to be able to interpret the masculine coming out in the upright and then the feminine of the same suit coming out in the reverse position. Okay, so again, do keep in mind it's still a general read. Okay, it's not necessarily going to resonate for absolutely everybody, right? There is a message here about how you see yourself because of this distorted feminine energy. And you see yourself as being incredibly... it's like you don't like to do anything nice for yourself, because it brings up these bad memories of when that feminine or when that woman used to spend a lot of money on herself and took from the family, you know. Spirit's saying your relationship with money has become damaged through this feminine and the way that they treated money. Okay, so it's left you feeling that you have no rights to do anything nice for yourself, that you can't buy anything nice for yourself, that you can't, you know, like go out for a nice meal because you'd be like, oh my God, that was so much money. But Spirit's just reminding you, look, it's yours, you earned it, you've every right how you choose to spend a bit of that on you. They're saying, look, you don't have to suffer and go without, okay? Because Spirit has seen how you have suffered and gone without in order for the family that you've created to have, okay? So it's like your relationship with money needs to be put on a better track. So obviously they're not encouraging like frivolous spending, but what they're saying is, look, see that book that you saw the other day and you really wanted it, go get it. Okay, go get it. Go get that really nice book for yourself, for example. Okay, because when it's in the reverse position, it's like you're struggling to justify spending anything on yourself because it brings up feelings of guilt, feelings of, oh shit, I'm exactly like that woman, that distorted feminine, I'm exactly like them, I'm selfish, I'm this, that, and the next, I'm wasteful, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so it's like, yeah, your relationship with money, it could be healthier. Okay, so that's what Spirit's drawn your attention to right there. Okay, you work hard. Okay, you've every right to do a nice little thing for yourself here once in a while. Okay, it doesn't make you selfish at all, not at all. Okay, so you're. It is a really hard hitting read, this one, isn't it? What is it that you're needing to do in order to release this trauma? Is the Eight of Cups. And he's dropping a key. And this is the upright version of this Eight of Cups. He's dropped a key. It's like secrets are being dropped. Okay, whenever I see keys, I immediately think of secrets. And if a key is being dropped, it's a secret being revealed. It's like anybody could come along and find that key, right? They might not know what it opens, but they now have that key. And the fact is as well, it's a golden key. So, I mean, fair play, the finder. If they can't find the door or the box that key opens, they could always melt down that key and use the gold, you know, so it's still useful, it's still valuable. So the fact that they're saying here for you to drop the heavy burden, and it was a heavy burden, look how he slouched, drop the heavy burden of carrying a certain family secret around with you, because it was weighing you down, it was holding you back. So you see in the reverse position, see how that key, he's got a tight grasp on it. Yeah? That's like the family's dedication to keep that secret a secret. And Spirit's telling you here, look, throw it away, drop it. Who cares? Who cares who sees it? It's not your burden to carry. You can drop it, you can walk away. Okay? And then you've got the King of Swords that's coming out in the lessons that you can learn from your past experiences. So this is a complicated one, because I'm actually getting a really positive energy off of this. And he's got like a sun and a moon on his shoulder blades there, or his shoulder pads even. He's got a sun and a moon. So shoulder pads are all about protection. I feel that you're being told here that you're being protected. You're being protected by the universe, because it's a sun and a moon, right? It's a complicated energy because it's very mind orientated. It's like I'm getting like a deep psychological type vibe of this. So is this telling me that whoever is resonating with this energy has taken a deep dive, a deep investigation into human psychology, or they've learnt a lot about human psychology through these traumas that they themselves have experienced, because they tried to make sense of certain things that happened to them, and they actually came out the other side of it with a deeper understanding of human psychology, and they've realized that it was never an issue with them, but it was an issue with the mentally damaged person who inflicted the trauma. Because again, is his swords. Okay, swords, really important. How a sword is positioned, really important. He's got one up there ready to attack, and then he's got a dagger. So he's dual wielding. He's dual wielding, and this is about lessons that you've learned through your traumatic experiences. And I feel that this is saying that you've learned how to protect yourself, maybe physically, but definitely mentally and emotionally, with the sun and the moon. Okay? You've learned how to protect yourself. And you've learned how to be a healthy communicator as well. And that's something that the protagonists, if you will, were they were never able to do that. They were never able to communicate clearly, because they always used other means to communicate their needs and their wants, and none of it was nice. How can you begin to move past the experiences that you've had? And this one is the Seven of Pentacles, or the Seven of Coins. This is a card of harvest, and I always say be careful whenever you see the Seven of Coins come out in a read, because it's the message of you reap what you sow. For better or worse, you reap what you sow. And yours came out in the upright position. So you're going to be harvesting goodness, positivity, growth, abundance. Look how happy she is. Look how much enjoyment she's taken from, enjoying the grapes that she probably grew herself, This is someone enjoying the good life. And I feel that this is saying for you to focus. If you're not at that point, or you feel that you're not at that stage right now, then they're saying focus on the good in your life. Focus on the positive in your life, of which there is plenty, because it's a card of abundance. And do be rest assured that the individuals responsible for your trauma, because you don't traumatize yourself now, do you? Those responsible for your trauma, they will reap what they have sown with interest, and it is not going to be pretty. And also, those people, they have a lot, and guess what? Do they look happy to you? Because they don't look happy to me. They look ungrateful. They look like the type of people who would complain at winning millions on the lottery. You know, they'd still say, oh, but it wasn't enough. Oh, but I wish it was more. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of individuals who traumatized you. Nothing's ever good enough for people like that, is it? You're only going to be as rich or as abundant as how you feel, as what is your outlook like on life. And that's how rich and abundant you're going to be. Okay? You see how, in fact, she has less. Okay? She has less and she's happy. This one has the most and is grumpy as hell. Okay? She's literally got, watch this, the lion's share, and she's still not happy. Still everything to complain about. This one has less. Okay? So that's a really powerful message there for how this energy is playing out. How you're going to see and witness your life change when you finally release your trauma. When you finally realize that these protagonists are never going to have a happy life because of their outlook on life and because of the way they treat other people. When you finally release your trauma, you're going to feel more in control. Okay? More in control. Now, I do appreciate the effort that's gone into illustrating this deck. Because they've added so many additional details to it, which makes it quite different from traditional tarot. Okay, there's a castle in the background there. And this lion, it kind of looks like she's checking his teeth, checking his health, because he's really, really healthy. If you look on the reversed one, that lion is starving. And she's trying to pry his mouth open, but his mouth is clamped shut. Okay, he doesn't trust her. Whereas this one, it's someone who takes very good care of other people, who takes very good care of their animals, who takes very good care of their home and their immediate environment. See how there's butterflies? I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, because I think I need to clean my camera lens because it doesn't focus very well at the moment. But yeah, and it's a lush green environment as well. So you're a very conscientious individual. You're conscious of the impact that you have on the immediate environment around you, and you're constantly thinking of ways of how to make it better and make it more pleasant for all. So, you know, you're really coming into your own here. And again, it's adding to your appreciation levels, okay? So when you finally make peace with this trauma that you were put through, you are genuinely going to feel a lot stronger, and you really will start, I'm hearing, respecting yourself more. Because I'm under the impression here that you don't actually see yourself the way that other people see you. You see yourself the way that your protagonists see you at this point in time. But when you make peace with your trauma, you'll be able to start seeing yourself the way that others see you, which is in a positive light. Okay? How is your life gonna change? Excuse me. Who will you become when you let go of your trauma? The Three of Coins. The Three of Coins. Or the Three of Pentacles. For who you will become. And you can see it's like an architect or an artist or something. Busy at work, being watched over here by angels. Okay. He's got all the tools that he needs. He looks after his tools. Look how they're all looked after tools. He appreciates his tools because without his tools, he's not going to be able to do his job properly. And of course, he needs his job. He needs his craft, whatever that might be, in order to be a provider for his family, the family he's created, right? So he's taking great care and great pride in his work. And I feel that that's a powerful metaphor for you taking great pride and great care in your own work and your life's work, and realizing your life is your job. Living your best life, that's your job. Okay, seeing the reverse position, it's like everything's destroyed, all the tools have gone, you know, it's almost like someone's thrown something through the wall there and they've destroyed everything. Now they've got no more tools, so they can't pick up and repair. It's a very disastrous energy in the reverse position. So I feel that this is saying that you're approaching your life, your work, jobs, anything and everything that you do from a very clear-headed, conscientious place, from a very respectful place. You're definitely being protected here and guided by ancestors, the universe, whichever name you prefer to use. Okay, you're going to be more confident and competent in your own abilities, is the message that they're saying here. So whatever it is that you're very skilled at doing, and it could literally be anything, okay, you're only going to get better. That's who you're going to become. You're only going to get better. What else for our collective here, please? Okay, my patience is being rewarded. My turn will come. Yeah. So you have worked incredibly hard on yourselves. Your patience is being rewarded. Your turn will come. Everybody gets their turn. Everybody. And your turn is coming up. Okay? Right, so to conclude your read, I am going to use one of the naughty decks. So if you're new here, then I definitely need to give the warning that if you're allergic to swearing or sarcasm, then you just don't have to listen. This is a bit of light-hearted fun at the end of a read, because laughter is a very high vibration, okay? So if you're easily offended, then you just don't have to listen. Right, you've got OMG, calm the fuck down. 99.9% of your problems would be better handled if you simply calm the fuck down before you do anything. Try it. Are you butthurt about something? Calm the fuck down. Are you afraid? Calm the fuck down. Is the house on fire? Okay, well, get out of there, call 911, and then calm the fuck down. Okay. So that is what I have for you guys. I just genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful for someone. If you think that you're needing a private reading, then I am currently taking bookings on my website, which is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.